the hunting journey is so many life lessons that I feel like get watered down in regular society, or take decades to learn, where you can learn on a, you were 22 days.
22 days.
How much life lesson did you learn in 22 days? Lot. Where on the outside world, or what I call in society, it's like, when are you ever that miserable, push that hard, question yourself that much?
Never.
And it's like, that's where the hunting journey can be so powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You learn a lot about yourself.
Well, and
it's a society now that instant gratification. You're always seeking instant. We got phones, we got all this stuff. We're looking, hey, there's like this, you get endorphins from checking your phone and you have a message, and to not have that, it's incredible not having a phone. The hard part, I guess, for me is having young kids. I'll carry along a Garmin that I can just, hey, emergencies, or like, hey, I'm still alive. My wife wants like a every 8-hour check-in, like, hey,
I see,
you're still alive. And so having that, but then no real cell phone connectivity, no nothing, no emails, man, there's just something to it, you know? And then there's just something like, it's like, it's almost like we're supposed to be like that. And then when you harvest something, you're like, this is like, it just felt
how it's
natural.
Meant to be.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
I mean, man has always hunted.
Always. And that's what gets me about people that are anti-hunting. Like, man has been part of the food chain for a long time. You know that, right? And
forever.
And these animals die way worse deaths.
Oh yeah.
Overbreeding, or overpopulation, or wolves kill things pretty viciously.
Death in the wild is not easy, not pretty. It's an arrow, a perfect arrow like what you released on your bull. That bull went 50 or 60 yards, I think you said.
Up, yeah.
I mean, death in the wild is never going to be anywhere near that. That's a merciful death, in my opinion. And you offer that animal that because of your hard work and making a good shot. In the wild, it's going to be painful.
Yeah.
It's going to be drawn out. It's going to be starving, predators, weather, something. And so, I mean, as a hunter, I like the fact that we accept that animals are dying for our survival.
Right.
Animals are dying for everybody's survival. Even if you're the most staunch vegan, still
animals die.
Wherever they live in a house, where there's animals, where this house is right now, this land had to be cleared. It displaced animals, killed animals. Whatever bread you eat, the agricultural, you drive over or around where fields are being harvested, and there's buzzards flying all around because all those rodents, birds, different things are dying. So yeah, I mean, life causes death. That's just how it goes.
You become the dirt when you're dead. We're going to be part, it's just part of the cycle.
Yeah. Hunters accept that. And so we've talked about that, anti-hunters, they're pretty vocal, but 96-97% of people in America eat meat.
Yeah.
And so, man,
we were talking about it yesterday. I think I kind of, your following is predominantly hunting. Okay. Mine is not.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like, I'm like, hey, I'm going to be who I am.
Yeah.
And I think part of the, I did poke the bear a little bit with my post. I believe I called people that I said, vegans, vegetarians, I can respect, I can respect your opinion. We don't have to agree.
Yeah.
And then I think that's a problem with our society right now is we can't agree to disagree, hey, you live your life and I'll live mine. And then the one that gets me is people who eat meat, not people who eat meat and don't hunt. Hey,
yeah,
that's your
right.
People who eat meat and are against hunting, I called them cowards because, hey, it's not easy to take a life. I think people just think that you're like, there's a bit of remorse. And I never really experienced that until, like I told you, my hunting upbringing was turkey is where I kind of got my start. And so I remember killing the first turkey and I was like, dang, I kind of feel bad.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, but this is going to go, like, I'm going to eat this. My kids are going to eat this. My wife will not eat it, but it's part of life. Death is part of life. And as long as, like you're saying, you do it as humanely as possible and it's going to be a way better death than, something else getting a hold of it.
Yeah. Well, I do respect how you've, been unapologetic in hunting and explaining to your followers, because it's really easy. People want everybody to like them.
Yep.
They don't want to rock the boat at all. So they'll just kind of kind of water it down and you say how you feel.
A good friend of mine, Jim Hensel, said if 50% of people love you and 50% of people hate you, you're doing it right. You know, like you can't please everybody.
Right.
And I'm just gonna live and try to show people, hey, this is how we live.
Yeah, and it's odd because the CrossFit community, I mean, that muscle has to be fed on something.
Yep, it does. That's
I mean,
my
it's not
favorite. Is
salads.
like you look at people who comment, and then I don't have social on my phone anymore. But if you would go back and like every once in a while, I'll check and just see off somebody else's phone. I'm like, let me see what this comment. Oh, they're eating a hamburger.
Yeah.
You know, like chill out.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's but that's the way it goes. I mean, you know, there's going to be people disconnected from food source in society. That's just the way it goes. But if we can explain it better and maybe paint a clearer picture,
educate.
We're not going to get the psychos on the animal rights activist side. We'll get the people in the middle and they'll be like, wait, I remember reading something from Rich Froning.
Right.
And he talked about being a provider and merciful and this and that and made a lot of sense.
Well, I think too with like the videos, like you show that, hey, you realize how much or how hard we worked. It wasn't like we're not driving around in a truck.
Yeah.
And, there's something. Let me go shoot it. You know, like I think people just see this like kind of redneck mentality. Oh yeah, let me go out. That's what they think hunters are. And then I'm like, let me explain to you, go watch this video and see how much we suffered and like worked. And it wasn't, you know, everybody's like, oh, this defenseless animal. I'm like, defenseless? We're in their territory.
Right.
They have all these senses. They know the land. Like it's not as cut and dry as people think.
No.
I think they think.
And getting within bow range of an animal that's hunted pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Trying to survive every day. You know, we live in the mountains for one day and it would just be one of the hardest nights ever. They're out there every single day. They're so tough, so dialed, so tuned in. We're going into basically their home and trying to get within bow range and then release a perfect arrow. There's a reason why success rates are so low.
So low.
10%, under 10%.
10%. Yeah.
And that means, you know, 9 out of 10 guys are failing. So yeah,
I've been that guy.
It's no gimme. It's no gimme.
Every step I take, I move my truth. Every time they tell me stop, I use every comment, hate that makes my fuel. Gather up my energy and boom, I hear them talking, saying the way that I move is so reckless. That is a part of my mind I've been blessed with, giving my blood, so I am relentless. My fault, they want someone to blame. They sent their hate, it fuels my pace. I am Roy Tough, I am the change, the fuel in dirt, feeling like Cam Hanks. Oh, give me the Mars, nobody wants, I'll give you my heart. I came in to work,